Hey everybody, welcome back to another Poker Worden show. Today we are recapping World Series of Poker Day 16 and 17. So thank you guys for coming back and watching another video. We got a lot of tournaments. We got 4 World Series of Poker bracelet winners. We have 5 updates of tournaments that are still in action. And we have 4 previews of what's coming up today and tomorrow at the World Series of Poker. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into the show. First, however, I wanted to talk about, you may or may not have seen this poker hand of PLO. You can't really make out the top hand. If you want, you can rewind and go back to the poker hand, but this happened in the $1,000 PLO event, and aces full of 10s on the river actually ended up being the 3rd best hand when the action was actually only heads up. The winning hand actually flopped a royal and actually rivered himself quads. So it's probably a hand you're probably never going to see, at least for the next probably 5 or 10 years if you're ever on a poker table, because the odds are just pretty slim for that to happen again. But that was an interesting thing that happened over the last 2 days in the $1,000 PLO event. So let's get right into our recaps and our winners from the last 2 days at the World Series of Poker. First up is the Millionaire Maker. The World Series of Poker crowned a new millionaire in event number 20. Here's who ended up winning that final table and taking home that big first place prize. The World Series of Poker has crowned a new millionaire, and that is Pablo Mariz, as he takes down the Millionaire Maker for a little over $1.2 million and his first World Series of Poker bracelet. Congratulations to Pablo on his first World Series of Poker bracelet and outlasting the rest of the players. Everybody on the final table was guaranteed at least a 6-figure payday. Next World Series of Poker winner came in event number 24. Here's who ended up winning the $1,500 Limit Hold'em tournament. The Limit Hold'em champion is Shane Buchwald, who takes home $179,000 and his first World Series of Poker bracelet. Congratulations to Shane and everybody who made the final table of this event. In our last video, we talked about the chip leader heading into the day was Nancy Nguyen. She ended up finishing in 5th place. Our next winner was event number 25, and this was that $1,000 aforementioned PLO tournament. Here is the winner for the $1,000 PLO. Tyler Groff outlasts a field of over 1,050 entries to take down the PLO. He takes home $179,000 along with, again, his first World Series of Poker bracelet. Congratulations to Tyler and all the other final table participants in the $1,000 PLO. Our final winner came in event number 26, the $10,000 Raz tournament. Here is your eventual winner who outlasted a star-studded final table. The $10,000 Raz championship was won by James Opes for his first World Series of Poker bracelet. He collects $265,000 for his finish in this event. So congratulations to James on his first World Series of Poker bracelet. Congratulations also to David Baker, who finished 3rd, Anthony Zeno, who finished 5th, and Brandon Shaq Harris, who finished 6th. They were among some of the well-known poker players who finished on the final table of the $10,000 Raz. So those are our 4 winners from the past 2 days. Congratulations to all of them as they each won their first World Series of Poker bracelet. Now we're going to get into our updates. And our first update is going to be from the marathon event, event number 23. This will be our final update, I guess, on this event, as it was a 5-day tournament, and they are entering day 5, finally, right? Here are your chip leaders ending day 4, heading into day 5. The marathon is entering its home stretch. It's day 5. We're down to 13 players from a total of over 1,700 runners. And currently, Joseph De Rosa Rojas sits with a more than 3.5 million chip lead on second place Tim Riley. Maurice Hawkins and Faraz Jaka have been towards the top of the chip counts. If you've been following my Twitter throughout the action, I've been kind of posting some updates from Pokernews and retweeting some things. Maurice Hawkins has been near the chip count since the end of day 1, and he is still in there going into day 5. Basically, he's showing us how he wins 10 World Series of Poker circuit rings. And Faraz Jaka, when he took over the chip lead on day 2, when he rivered a full house over another player's trip aces, he has basically rode that chip lead into the final day. Day 5 will begin with 13 players, and they will return to action at 1 p.m. So good luck to all the players who returned today. They are all guaranteed $33,000. Some notables who busted yesterday was Eric Base Baldy Baldwin, who finished in 21st place, and also the aforementioned Adrian Mateos, who was near the chip leads at the beginning of the tournament and who's having a really good World Series of Poker. He ended up cashing in 52nd place. Next up on our updates is event number 27, and this was our $3,000 Six Max tournament. It started on Wednesday, and it received a total of 959 entries, which is down slightly from 2016, but still a decent showing. Here's your leaders heading into the final day 3 later today. The final 21 of the Six Max is being led by Max Silver, who holds a little over 1 million chip lead over the second place contender Morten Mortensen. Also in the mix is Chris Moorman, who is an 888 ambassador, as well as Steve Sung. Also in the mix near the bottom of the pack is Pratus Badiga, who just finished the super high roller with a very nice cash as well, and he is also known for his work with Upswing Poker. The 21 players remaining will come back today at 2 p.m. and they will play down to a winner. Everybody is guaranteed already $18,000 for their cash, but they really want that first place prize. Here are the payouts that they are going to be fighting for later today. The event paid a total of 144 places, with a min cash receiving $4,500 for their $3,000 buy-in, while our first place winner will win nearly $500,000. Getting to the final table will earn the player a little over $73,000. Some notables who cashed in this event was David Doc Sands, who finished in 42nd, Vanessa Selps, who finished in 56th, and Kenny Hollart, who is having another good World Series of Poker. He's been cashing in a lot of events, is finished in 96. So good luck to everybody as they come back today for day 3. Let's talk about event number 28, which also began on Wednesday at 3 p.m. And this was the $1,500 limit deuce to 7. This event attracted 326 entries, which again is down slightly from 2016. Let's check out our chip leaders as we head into day 3 of the deuce to 7 limit triple draw tournament. Here's the final 6 chip counts for the deuce to 7 lowball triple draw tournament. They are being led by Brendan Taylor with a little over 700,000. So all 6 players who remain are going to return today at 2 p.m., play down to a winner, and they are already guaranteed a little over 13,000. Let's check out our payouts and what each participant is still playing for. 49 runners in the deuce to 7 got paid with a return on their $1,500 investment of $2,267. Some notables here that got paid was Max Pescatori, Daniel Negreanu, and Rep Porter, who all pretty much got a min cash for their investment in the tournament. While the players who are returning today are playing for a total of $110,000. Also, congratulations to Robert Mizrachi, who is the brother of Michael Mizrachi, who's a grinder. He finished in 7th place, and he ended up earning a little under $10,000. So congratulations to Rob as well. Next up is our event that started at 11 a.m. yesterday, and that is event number 29. And this was our $2,500 No Limit Hold'em tournament. The event attracted a little over 1,080 entries, which actually is up slightly from 2016. And here are your chip leaders at the end of day 1. Pablo Fernandez sits atop the chip counts heading into day 2 of the $2,500 event. He has a little over 193,000. Matt Salzberg is also in the mix, as he has a little over 147,000. The 239 players that remain will come back today at noon, and here is what each participant is playing for. 163 of the 239 that are returning on day 2 will finish with a return of $3,758 on their $2,500 buy-in, while first place is looking to take home a little over $456,000.
A player will earn a little over $33,000 for making the final table of this event.
Some notables that are still in the field are Kristen Brinkner, Natasha Mercier, Chad Holloway, and Jason Kuhn. Good luck to everybody as they return today at noon for day 2. Our final update is another event that started yesterday, and this was at 3 p.m. And this was an event that a lot of people, a lot of professionals were looking forward to, as their Twitter timelines leading up to the event yesterday was mentioning, especially Mike the Mouth Matisow mentioned how he is really looking forward to this event, and that is the 10K horse event. That began yesterday. In 2016, they had 171 entries. This year, it attracted 150. Here are your chip leaders at the end of day 1 of the 10K horse.
Well, when you're hot in this event, right? Jason Mercier, who, as you can see, is last year's defending champion, currently sits atop the chip counts as he leads the 64 players who remain with a little over 384,000 chips. You can look through this list and see the who's new that we've talked about, I'm sure, on previous videos. Brandon Shaq Harris is still in the mix with a little over 171,000, as well as David Bach is near the top of the chip leaders with a little over 278.
64 of the 150 are going to return today for day 2 action, and they will return at 2 p.m. Here's your payouts for the 10K horse.
23 of the remaining 64 will at least take home $15,000 for their $10,000 buy-in, while the eventual winner will take home a little over $383,000 and $10,000 horse bracelet. And a final table appearance will earn a player a little over $36,000.
Some notables that are still in the event are Paul Volpe, Benny Glazer, Maria Ho, Daniel Negreanu, Brian Rast, and the lone last place chip count is Phil Hellmuth. Some other notables who played the event that failed to bag was the aforementioned Mike the Mouth Matisow, Mike Leah, John Minetti, and John Turner. So good luck to everybody as they return today on day 2 of the $10,000 horse event. So that's going to do it for our updates. So let's get into our 4 previews for today and tomorrow at the World Series of Poker. Let's check out the calendar for today and tomorrow's action. So today, June 16th, we have a $1,000 seniors event at 10 a.m. At 3 p.m., we have a $1,500 Omaha 8 or better mixed event. And then also, since it is Friday, we have the second flight of the $365 The Giant. Tomorrow, June 17th, at 11 a.m. will be a $1,500 No Limit Hold'em tournament. And then at 3 p.m. will be the 10K Limit Deuce to 7 Triple Draw Championship event. So first up is the seniors event. For this event, you have to be older than 50 years old to play. Last year, the event attracted close to 4,500 entries and set a record for being the largest live seniors event. So we'll see if, again, this year's event can set a new record, kind of like we did in the $565 PLO, where it was the biggest field of a live non-hold'em event. Last year's event was won by Johnny Craig for a little over $538,000, which for a $1,000 buy-in, that is a huge return on your investment. So all the seniors, good luck as you guys start today's action at 10 a.m. Event number 32 is a $1,500 Omaha 8 or better mix. So what I mean by that is they're going to play pot limit Omaha 8 or better, limit Omaha 8 or better, and then a pot limit Big O Omaha 8 or better. And Big O, the difference between Big O and normal Omaha is that you get 5 cards instead of 4. Same rules apply, you still have to use 2, but you get an extra card in Big O. This event last year drew a little over 660 entries, and the event was won by Alan Lee for a little over $189,000. We'll see who takes down this event as the action continues over the next 3 days. Also up on the schedule, which we don't really have because it's still the inaugural event, and that is the Giant, the $365 version, and that will be at 7 p.m. tonight as well. If you missed the previous video, we talked about this. The top 15% of the field will get paid, and whoever makes it to day 2 will come back on July 8th to play day 2 for the remaining prize pool of whatever was left over from all the flights. Good luck to anybody taking participation in that event as well. Getting into tomorrow's action is event number 33, and that's the $1,500 No Limit Hold'em event. In 2016, it attracted close to 1,800 entries, and the event was won by Alexander Ziskin for a little over $401,000. Check in tomorrow and follow along on Pokernews and World Series of Poker, as well as my Twitter account, to see just how many entries this event attracts, especially on a Saturday at a $1,500 price point. I'm going to expect it's going to be right around the $1,800 entry number. The 3 p.m. event for tomorrow is as they always do with the World Series of Poker, they do a $1,500 version, which we talked about, the deuce to 7 limit triple draw earlier in our updates. Tomorrow's action is going to run the championship version of that event, which is a $10,000 buy-in. Last year, the event attracted 125 entries and was won by John Hennigan. John took home a little over $320,000 for his win, and we'll see how that event stacks up to the prior year when we come back on Sunday to give you our updates. So that's going to preview our action for today and tomorrow. And that's going to wrap up the video, guys. I thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I look forward to doing these videos. Now it's every other day because of some other things I got going on. But I appreciate you guys taking the time watching. Follow along on what's going on at this year's World Series of Poker. Please, if you could do me a favor, if you know any one of your friends that would like to see this video, would like to get updated on the action if they can't follow along and just want to get a quick 10 or 11 minute update video every other day on what's going on at the World Series of Poker, please share the video. I want to get some word out, get some more viewers, and you guys can help me do that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for sharing the video as well. But remember, hit that big red subscribe button. Let me know that you're watching and that you want to get notified of all my future videos, as well as give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have some comments, you have some feedback, leave it down below in the comment section. But until next time, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, peace out.